Hey guys, once again in the simulator here in the JP Logistics Cessna 152. Fiddling around with my controls. I've set up my throttle quadrant, and I've got my head tracker sort of working here. Sort of working. Trying to get the hang of everything. Thought we'd play around with SayIntentions a little bit more here. Currently flying over Vandenberg Air Base, Space Force Base, of course, and we're gonna actually steer around these clouds because we're currently flying VFR like normal. So what I thought I would do, since I've been hanging out here, is talk to Janet a little bit. Janet's always everybody's favorite tour guide. She can be a little talkative, a little annoying sometimes, but she is definitely entertaining. So that is going to be the plan here. I'm just kind of stabilizing the flight. I'm not really using the autopilot right now because when you get...
We do have the runway in sight. Go ahead and cancel IFR now, and we'll switch over to traffic advisory.
So what you hear there is the multiplayer archived chatter right now. We are on Los Angeles Center. But what I was saying there, I'm not really doing the autopilot just because the plane is much more of a joy to fly manually once you get all the controls kind of set up. Where you get, I have a sort of a trim axis, so if you look down over the trim.
4 Echo, Roger, radar services terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
So I've tuned into Los Angeles Center.
Change approved. Skyhawk 5 for Echo. You have a good night.
As you can see, but we might turn it off there. Whoop. There, look at that. Went into a cloud and started climbing like crazy. I was trying to stabilize at 3,500 feet, but I ended up going into the cloud that I was trying to avoid. So we will we'll fly by instruments here for a minute. Whoopsie. So let me just try and stabilize everything. Doing a turn here, just heading back towards land. I'm gonna have to get through this cloud. That was a mistake. That's what happens when you talk too much and not paying attention. So yeah. Oh, there we are. We got sight of the ground. Trying to get down to 3,500. Yeah, so Janet's with us. I requested her not to give a tour unless unless we ask for it, because she likes to just kind of jump in there. And let's see. I might actually turn the center off, because what can happen is when she starts talking about the tour, of course, flight following can jump in there. But let's, I don't know, let's give it a whirl here. So I set up all my comm buttons actually as well. I just got to remember which one's which here. And oh. Actually ended up dropping a little too much. I mean, we're not using autopilot and trying to handle everything. It's easy to have it get away from you. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to throttle up a little bit. Although I'm running the RPM really high, yeah, because speed's too high. I got to actually stabilize everything here to an appropriate speed. I'm gonna throttle down. We gotta get the RPM set. I have it still set where we're climbing. So we'll fiddle around with it here. See if we can calm the engine down a bit before we start our tour. Oh, we're dropping. It'll take a minute here for me just to sort that out. There, that should be a little better. Alright, let's see if we can get center flight following here. Los Angeles Center, Cessna Charlie Whiskey 12 Tango with you, climbing to 3,500. Forgot to actually say my altitude, but it'll figure it out. The AI is smart. See if it gets back to us.
12 Tango W12T, Los Angeles Center.
Los Angeles Center, currently no destination. We're on a tour guide flight. 12 Tango. See what he says to that.
12 Tango, Roger, W12T. Say your current position and altitude.
Oh, so he hasn't got us yet, eh? Let's see.
If you look out at your 1 o'clock, about 3 miles away, you'll see Point South State Beach.
1 o'clock.
Now, beaches are fascinating
I don't think we can see that.
because they're where the land meets the sea.
Oh, yeah.
Which is quite a dramatic confrontation if you think about it. Point Sal was named after a bloke called Sal, who probably had nothing better to do than name beaches. It's a popular spot for people who enjoy sand, waves, and the occasional sunburn.
I'm assuming it's that.
Interestingly, my friend Toby once tried to surf there, but he ended up getting tangled in a fishing net. He was mistaken for a large fish and nearly got shipped off to a seafood market. It's a lovely place, though, if you avoid the nets.
Oh, Toby, always getting in trouble. So, I'm guessing that's that beach there. So that's something that's interesting about, SayIntentions right now, is if you ask them to not, like, give a tour on their own, they will agree to not to do a tour on their own. However, it doesn't seem to take. So they'll still kind of jump in. So what you can do is you just turn the intercom off if you don't want them jumping in. Still dipping down between 3,500. Now, he wanted to know the position. I don't actually have our position. I don't have a Navigraph running in the sim. Maybe we'll fire that up. But if I... Yeah, it's going to be hard since I'm not using autopilot right now. I actually have it on my other screen, which is why I'm looking out the window, because I'm looking at my other screen. Trying to see where we are. Actually, should be northwest of Vandenberg Air Base. Looks like, I don't know, we're getting 8 miles or something north there. A little bit of frames there, and I'm trying to look between there. I wonder if Center is still waiting for us to contact them back. They wanted our position and altitude, right? Let's see. I do like how I have the head tracking if I have to look down at my controls, that it actually looks down in the sim, like at the appropriate spot. So it's kind of immersive. Gotta remember my buttons. Los Angeles Center, sorry about the delay. We are about 8 miles north of Vandenberg Space Force Base. Altitude 3,500. 12 Tango. There we go. We'll get it right about 3,500.
Tango, Roger, W12T. Say your intentions.
Los Angeles Center, intentions are just VFR flight tour guide today. See what he says to that.
12 Tango, Roger, W12T. Maintain VFR. Contact me if you need any assistance.
Ah, perfect. So I won't really ask for flight following. Well, maybe we will, because it'll be interesting. Los Angeles Center, Cessna 12 Tango, requesting flight following. It's going to ask us to squawk here.
12 Tango, squawk 4517 and ident.
Squawking 4517 and identing 12 Tango. Alright, so let's just set that up there. I need to bounce to my other screen. There we go. See if I can do this without tipping the airplane over. Whoop, 4517. One. Hard with the head tracker. Keep it still. There we go. And we're gonna ident for him. There, so now you should get some radar contact. When we're cruising along here, maintaining altitude okay without autopilot. Let's see if he gets radar contact here.
12 Tango, radar contact. Altimeter 29 or 9 or 1.
Roger that, Los Angeles Center. Perfect. Alright, so let's get Janet rolling here and see what there is to see. Alright, let's see if I can find my button for Janet here. Where are you? There it is. Okay, Janet, you're on. What is interesting around? And we're gonna get another story about Toby, no doubt. Can't see too much in this little cloud, though. Oh, did we lose Janet? Uh-oh.
Right,
Oh.
so if you look out to your 2 o'clock, about
2 o'clock.
5 miles away,
5 miles?
you'll see the Monarch Butterfly Grove at Trilogy. Now, this place is fascinating because it's where thousands of monarch butterflies gather every year. They migrate all the way from Canada, which is a bit like going to the shops, but much further. The grove was discovered by a bloke named Dave in 1982, who was actually looking for his lost dog. It's important because it shows that even insects have better travel plans than most humans. My friend Toby once tried to catch a butterfly there, but he ended up getting stung by a bee instead. Classic Toby. If you keep looking at your 2 o'clock,
That is
but a
classic
bit further
Toby.
at 6 miles, there's the Luffa farm.
The what?
Loofahs are those sponge things you use in the shower, but did you know they grow on vines?
No.
It's like nature's way of saying clean yourself, but make it weird. The farm was started by a woman named Linda in the 1990s, who thought growing sponges was more interesting than working in an office. People love visiting because they can see how Luffas are grown and even take some home. Toby once tried to eat a Luffa, thinking it was a cucumber. He was in the hospital for a week. Straight ahead, at
Oh,
your 12 o'clock,
there's more.
8 miles
I did
out,
ask for it.
is Oceano, California.
Right.
It's a small beach town known for its sand dunes and recreational activities. It was founded in the early 1900s by people who thought living near sand was a good idea. It's important because it attracts tourists who enjoy driving their cars on the beach, which is like off-roading but with more seagulls. Toby once got his car stuck in the sand there and had to be rescued by a lifeguard. He still has sand in his shoes. At your 3 o'clock,
Oh, Toby.
8 miles
3
away,
o'clock.
is Nipomo,
8
California.
miles away.
This town was established in the 1830s by a bloke named William Dana, who was given a land grant by the Mexican government. It's famous for its rich agricultural history and being the birthplace of the famous Dana adobe. People enjoy visiting for the historical sites and the strawberries, which are apparently better than regular strawberries. Toby once tried to pick strawberries there, but ended up in a patch of poison ivy. He was itchy for weeks. Finally, at your 1 o'clock, 9
finally.
miles out, there's the pink 7-Eleven. It's a regular 7-Eleven convenience store, but it's painted pink for some reason. No one really knows why, but it's become a bit of a local landmark. It was established in the 1980s, probably by someone who really liked pink. People go there to buy snacks and take selfies with the pink building. Toby once tried to rob the place, but ended
What?
up buying a Slurpee instead.
What the?
He says it was the best decision he ever made.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's one of the things with SayIntentions. So SayIntentions, kind of in beta. Oh, there's Oceana there now in the airport. It's kind of in beta, so what can happen is you'll have, you know, just like a like real airport or real comms.
San Jose, United 510.
Real comms, you'll have, you know, the intercom going, and the intercom person actually has to stop talking when the radio chirps on. But they currently don't really have that in place. So you can also see that, you know, the tour guides really like to chat. But once they've done their little chat, you can sort of look around, see if you can find actually what they were referring to. That Monarch
United 510,
place.
descend via Silcian 6 for the RNAV runway 30 left approach into San Jose. Altimeter 3006.
I kind of want to see if I can find.
Via Silcian 6 for RNAV 30 left approach into San Jose, United 510.
So the multiplayer chatter is pretty good. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if I can actually find that Monarch place. So I'm gonna see.
826 Delta, checking in Los Angeles Center.
I'm gonna see if I can find it in the map.
KM 0826 Delta, Los Angeles Center, Roger.
All right, so let's see if I can locate that. Okay, I can't really locate it today. I find that the tour guides work best if you just have the intercom disabled and then turn the intercom on when you see something that you're curious about. Because I'll fly a lot with like Google Maps running, and then sort of check, see what's around, and then you can just sort of ask specifically about things, and then they'll tell you about that. So what I'm going to do is, man, there's a lot of low clouds today. I'm just going to enter left downwind here for Oceana, but we're going to go a little long here and practice my landing with a throttle quadrant and everything. Not going to worry about doing any kind of call outs or anything like that. I already was flying around Oceana airport earlier, and the only reason to do it right now is just so SayIntentions has some audio, because if you tune into the traffic, you will hear which should be our standby 122.8, which we'll switch to now. Just maybe we'll hear some archive multiplayer chatter. So yeah, SayIntentions definitely brings the flight sim to life for sure. Keeps you busy, but just how it normally would be with all the radio chatter. But with the added distraction of the tourists that you can interrupt them, but there's like apparently I tried before, like when they're talking, to say, okay, not now or something like that. But it took, I don't know, it took a good 30 seconds to register, so they ended up getting through most of their speech anyway. So I find it, yeah, just turn the intercom off. There's a button you can use just to toggle it on and off. But it is entertaining. So I think that's what I'll do for now. I was just kind of flying around. I figured, well, let's see what Jan has to say about the central coast here of California. And but yeah, if you just let the tourist guide sort of pick things out, then if you hear something interesting, like that Monarch farm or field or whatnot, I wouldn't mind trying to locate that and like fly over and take a look. But out of time for now, so I'm gonna bring it into a landing. But yeah, I do have to bring up, because I always forget. If you do like SayIntentions or want to like jump on board and help them out as they develop the product, they do have.
If you look to your 2
oh,
o'clock,
no.
about 1 mile away,
She
you'll
goes.
see
Where's my
Seabird
button?
Rock. It's a rock.
There, I can just turn it off. Okay, because she's about to talk about a rock. So anyway, she could be entertaining. But they have a nice active Discord. They do updates all the time, almost daily. There's something in the changelog. Yeah, they're working on it and fixing things up. There's a lot of IFR work going on right now. But if you do want to try it out, I do bring up, like normal, I try to remember anyways, there's an affiliate link down in the description that helps the channel out if you click on the sucker. And it's there's a free 24-hour trial to give it a whirl. Let's see. We'll swing it around. We're dropping a good 700 feet a minute here. The trouble with my head tracker is I only just use the free one with the open track, which is with the webcam. And I have to keep it so I can't, like, only to about 90 degrees or it gets too wobbly. So I can't really look back or look behind. To do it, I'd have to use the actual analog stick, and then I can turn around more. But just the way it is, till I get Tobii Eye Tracker to sponsor the channel, which of course they won't. It'd be great. It'd be great to get the Tobii Eye Tracker is the one I want to try. So we went definitely long there. I don't even know where the airport is now. We're gonna throttle up a bit. since I'm like 400 feet. Way too low, way too long. Let's see if we can find where we need to go. I think I have my zoom button still working. Yeah. Where is it? There's the dunes. It should be right ahead. No. I will find it. Climb up a bit though. Oh, here's something. I downloaded an add-on. Like a free add-on? Okay, so someone put a little pier thing in. That's cool. There's a free... Not a free stuff in flightsim.to, but someone did the Central Beach here. Is that Oceana there? Oh, it is right there. Here, let's just go straight in. I think it's runway 11. There, since we're lined up with it anyways. Change of plan. But yeah, I downloaded a little pack that was supposed to populate the Central Coast. And so there's one of the things anyways. Modeled in this pier. That's cool. Alright, we gotta slow her down, start using some flaps here. 1 notch of flaps. And we will go 2 notches as well. It looks like we have a vehicle driving out on the beach there. Oh, we turned around. Yeah, so way better with head tracking and with like an actual trim on an axis that you can use easily. It's much better. 1 more flaps. We might actually have to throttle up a bit when we drop those flaps. But yeah, my landings are much better now that I can easily manipulate the trim. Oop, might hit a little hard there though. I'm sure the landing gear will hold. There's a fancy plane here. There we are. Flaps up. Oh, my parking brake's going crazy. There we are. So that will be that. We'll just clear the runway there and we will shut her down. There we go. And yeah, this Oceana is also a freeware download off of FlightSim.to. Oh, there's lots of airplanes here today. So that must be the sim adding stuff in. Because they were not here last time. We'll just take his tail off. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so another flight complete. Just a little one, as far as I normally do. So we'll shut her down here, and I'll just clean up the aircraft. But for now, yeah, hopefully everybody's enjoying the flight sim and checking out SayIntentions. It's a pretty cool little program. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.